You know, all you Latinos, the only thing you need to do is apologize to black people for being racist. That's all you need to do is apologize. You made all these videos asking for help. You ain't make not one video apologizing for being racist. That's what you need to do.
A whole lot of Hispanic people is wanting black people to stand up for them for these ICE raids. And a lot of black people is getting online saying they're not going to do that, okay? Because of y'all voting for Trump. Now, understand that a lot of these people that's talking about it lives in South Florida. I live in, I don't know what part of Florida this is, but I stay near the airport. Anyway, all I know is that if we never stand together, we're always going to be separated. I know that you don't want to risk your life for them. I get that. But at the same time, would y'all risk your life for us? We gotta ask that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it can go vice versa. But if we always, you know what I'm saying, never stand up for nobody, never be there for them, it's never going to be a time in history where we're actually standing all together. The only time is going to be in 2020.
I hate every time I get on any social media app, I see some type of racism towards any group. Tell me why. I was on Facebook commenting on a post about this white kid who was dancing, and I put a comment. He's definitely invited to the cookout. And then white people in my comment section, and even black people, were like, who are you to invite him to the cookout? Baby, let me set it straight. Did you think that only black people have cookouts? Baby, Hispanics have cookouts like it's something normal. I'm talking about every weekend, and if it's not every weekend, it could be any day of the fucking week. And it doesn't have to be a special occasion. It's whenever the fuck we feel like it. We can either go weeks without having one, or we could just do it every fucking week. You know what I mean? And then there's the white people themselves that were in the comment section talking about, you can't invite him to the cookout, blah, 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 blah. All it took is one person to say that for everybody to start saying it. Because everybody has the smallest brain capacity ever. And they gotta follow the fucking leader, right? And I get it. I look white. Like I could pass for white. But there is not one motherfucking person in my family that is white. I'm talking about we came out of the womb and we was all speaking Spanish. Shit, we knew what congri was before we knew what the fuck pizza was. Anyways, people need to stop being sick like that. Trying to come up on this app, any app, acting some type of way. I say it how the fuck I want to say it. I say it how it is. Your racism starts from within. So you gotta fix yourself. Cause I ain't gonna let none of that shit slide. I'll set you straight. Hella quick. Anyways, let's stop assuming like someone's color has to be the main indicator to what they are. I've seen whiter Hispanics than me. And they're Mexican.
These protests in LA, they're not doing shit. It's just a bunch of Latinos that rather than educate themselves and figure out a way to make a real movement, go and give them a reason to round more people up, to throw more people in jail, and to make even more stringent laws against things like this. Everything but take fucking accountability and actually learn something of how the system in America works. They're just going to deport more people. The ICE raids are going to continue. A lot of people are going to jail. You should just pick up a book and get educated. Find your representatives in your state or county and message them. Anything but get educated. Anything but learn what you can actually do. The dumbest thing you could do is feel pride for going to a fucking rally that did nothing but bring the Coast Guard. Now the Coast Guard is there and they're going to use them to round people up. And where are you? How are you going to stop that? You can't. You're in jail. Latinos are doing everything except helping people in Mexico or migrants.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American.
Bravo, bravo. That's what they look at black people as. The help. Not as allyship, just disposable help. Someone that they could put in front of them as a shield. And that's why a lot of these white Cubans left Cuba. It's not necessarily because of politics or ideology. It's because of racial equality. Before the Cuban Revolution, they used to discriminate against black Cubans. It was legal. Black Cubans didn't have access to healthcare or education, and they lived in poorer conditions where they served the white Cubans. After the Cuban Revolution, all that changed. They start promoting racial equality. Black Cubans start having access to healthcare, access to education. And a lot of white Cubans, that made them feel uncomfortable. They were used to the old Cuba, where they had an upper advantage on the black Cubans. They're not going to bring this information up freely. That's why when she says save us, servitude, you're nothing but the help, disposable help. Make my white Cuban life a little bit easier and comfortable since our white savior, Trump, is deporting us.
If you're a Latino that currently supports ICE, I hope that every time you go reach for some spices, you can only find salt and pepper. I hope that every time you drink a margarita, you don't feel the effects of the alcohol, just the calories and the hangover from the sugar. I hope the next time you hurt yourself, nobody's there to sana curita sana. I hope that every time you reach for a tapatio bottle, somebody's replaced the insides with Tabasco. I hope the only Spotify stations that work for you are country music. Even I bet you like that. I hope that every time you're out, you have the opportunity to show an angry white person your proof of citizenship, because you know as well as anybody else, paperwork is what makes you human. I hope that every time you order café con leche, they just give you a cup of leche because, you love things that are white, right? But mostly, I hope you heal whatever self-hatred it is that you have that's making you turn your back on your own people, so you can liken yourself to these people who don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about us. They just care about maintaining power and will utilize you until they are ready to discard you. So, happy healing.
Your plan failed. You thought you was going to come to the States, be racist, and everything was going to be okay. You wanted to align yourselves with white people. That didn't work. You're being rejected and deported. So now plan B, because plan A failed, plan B is to try to unite with black people. No, it don't go like that. You should have united from the beginning. That should have been plan A. Not be racist and see what happens and later on, no.
I've been seeing a lot of lives on here asking whether or not the black community should be helping the Latino community. And surprisingly, a lot of people on there are saying no. In one live, they said that if you had a whiter skin complexion, that they did not care about helping you. But if you were Afro-Latino or brown, that they did care about helping you. I just don't understand why we're so divided on this. We're all oppressed and we all should be coming together. Don't you guys see that they want us to be divided and we should not be giving that to them? I will always support the black community, even if the majority of the black community does not support the Latino community, because we both need it. Anyways, I love you guys and I hope we can come together and stay together.
I just want to say, watching these raids happen in LA right now, people voted for this. People voted for this. And I think right now, the black and the brown community, we need to come together. And we need to remember that they are the ones who made it us versus them. They put us against each other, because if we're busy fighting each other, we don't put our eyes on them. We need to wake up. Everybody needs to wake up.
Girl, you need to wake up. Not the Hispanics calling on the black people for help. Really? Where were y'all during George Floyd? Where were y'all during Sandra Bland? Where were y'all during all of the white cops killing black people? Where were y'all? But y'all want us to come together. Really? Really? Why y'all calling on us? Why y'all calling on the black people? Why y'all not calling on Asians? They're a minority too. Why y'all calling for us? If you go on my page, you will see I made a post about how there was a Trump rally for Trump back in 2020, before he even got elected 4 years ago. And there was a crowd full of Hispanics. And the song was saying, I will vote for Donald Trump. Y'all want it. Y'all got it. Y'all got him into office. And now y'all want to double back and ask for help, calling all the African Americans to help. Like, come on now. We gonna stay out of this. We gonna stay as far away from this. Y'all can continue to riot and make yourselves look bad, but we gonna stay out of this.